In a stark warning reverberating across Europe, a top German commander says Russia could strike NATO territory as early as tomorrow. A continent already rattled by war now faces a chilling possibility: Moscow testing the alliance's defences with a sudden, limited attack. A senior German military commander has warned that Russia retains the capability to launch a limited attack on NATO territory as early as tomorrow, even as its forces remain heavily engaged in Ukraine. Lieutenant General Alexander Sollfrank, who oversees Germany's Joint Operations Command and National Defense Planning, said Moscow's ability to strike remains intact despite battlefield losses. In an interview with Reuters at his headquarters in northern Berlin, Sollfrank described a security landscape in which Russia's short-term capacity for small-scale aggression and its long-term rearmament drive both pose significant risks to the Western alliance. He said that Russia could carry out a rapid, localized operation at any moment, though he stressed such an action would not be large-scale due to Moscow's continued commitment of resources to the war in Ukraine.
If you look at Russia's current capabilities and combat power, Russia could kick off a small-scale attack against NATO territory as early as tomorrow. Small, quick, regionally limited, nothing big. Russia is too tied down in Ukraine for that.
Sollfrank also echoed previous NATO assessments, warning that Russia could assemble the capacity for a full-scale assault on the 32-member alliance by the year 2029 if its accelerated rearmament continues. Meanwhile, NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte said that if Russia attacks one of the alliance's member states, the response will be devastating.
And if they do, they know that our response will be devastating. If Russia or anyone else attacks Romania, they know that Romania will be supported by all 31 other NATO countries. All of them will defend Romania with the collective capabilities of NATO, with all its naval, air, and land forces.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has insisted Moscow harbours no hostile intent towards NATO, framing the 2022 invasion of Ukraine as a defensive move against what he described as NATO expansion. Despite Russia's battlefield setbacks over the past 2 years, Sollfrank noted that its air force retains significant combat power, while the country's nuclear and missile forces remain unaffected. At sea, Russia's Black Sea Fleet has suffered major losses, but other naval formations have not been degraded. He emphasised that Russia's ground forces have taken substantial casualties, yet the Kremlin plans to raise its troop strength to 1.5 million personnel.
The ground forces are suffering losses, but Russia says it aims to boost its total troop numbers to 1.5 million soldiers. And Russia has enough main battle tanks to make a limited attack conceivable as early as tomorrow.
Sollfrank has led the Joint Operations Command since its establishment in 2024, a major structural shift that restored Germany's focus on the defence of NATO territory after years of overseas missions in Afghanistan, Mali, and elsewhere. Before this, he served as the head of NATO's Joint Support and Enabling Command in Ulm. He pointed to recent Russian drone incursions into Polish airspace as part of a broader pattern of hybrid tactics designed to unsettle NATO states.
The Russians call this non-linear warfare. In their doctrine, this is warfare before resorting to conventional weapons. And they threaten to use nuclear weapons, which is warfare by intimidation.
Sollfrank argued that Russia's goal is to provoke NATO, observe its reactions, and exploit any openings to spread fear or test the alliance's cohesion. The warning underscores the tense reality facing Europe. While Russia may be constrained in Ukraine, its capacity to provoke, probe, or strike remains very much intact. For NATO, Sollfrank suggested, deterrence and unity will determine what happens next.